Welcome back to my next playthrough series. This time we're going to be looking at Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition completely solo. So I've got everything set up. We will be playing the Helion Corp, I guess we want to call it. We started with 28 mega credits. And we start with 3 heat production, 28 mega credits. So it tells you right there. And then, in effect, we can spend heat as mega credits. You may not use mega credits as heat. There are some differences. I've done Terraforming Mars on my channel a few times now. Has sort of like Terraforming Mars wrapped together with Roll for the Galaxy. The reason I say that is because we have these cards, and we have to choose one of the 5 cards to do on each turn, and then you can't use that card 2 times in a row. So if we pick development first, we will do the actions on here, which is basically play a green project card, and you pay 3 less for the card you play this turn. And then we have a construction ability. Each player can play 1 blue or 1 red card. We're going to take a look at the cards we're starting with here in a second, or the bonus, draw a card, or play an additional blue or red card from this phase. Action phase. Each player may activate action or standard actions, and standard actions are just getting water tiles, increasing your heat, those kinds of things on the planet. And we have a production phase. Each player gains heat plants and draws cards according to production. They also gain MT equal to their production plus their terraform rating. Terraform rating for us starts at 5. And the dummy player is starting here at 0. This is just to keep track of the turns. And then a bonus, gain them 4. So if you play the card, you get this plus the bonus. And if you're playing multiplayer and you play this card, everyone else gets to do production, but they only get to do the ability, not the bonus. And finally, research. All players draw 2 cards and keep 1. Draw an additional 3 cards and keep an additional 1. Alright, so how does the solo work? Well, we need to flip over all of the 9 water tiles. We need to get the oxygen value from 0% up to 14. And we have to get the heat value from minus 30 all the way up to plus 8 to win the game. And we basically have 25 turns to do it. So the dummy hand consists of the same 5 cards that we have, and you shuffle these, and for every turn you just grab a random one, and that's what the dummy player is going to do. And the cards that are chosen are the only phases that are going to happen for that turn. So basically we're going to go through the dummy hand 5 times. The very final dummy hand, we get to choose which card they play. It's not random. So it gives us a little bit of a heads up there at the very end. Oh, I know, lots to talk about. Well, we'll see how the game plays as we play it. It's very, very similar to Terraforming Mars, but there's a few little differences. And we're playing complete solo here, which I did with Terraforming Mars as well. Alright, so these are our boards, very nice boards, they're little slotted. So we got our heat value set here at 3, and everything else is 0. We have our 28 mega credits. Alright, we're going to take a little quick look at our cards here in a second and see what we have to start with. We start with 8 cards. Alright, so let's take a look at our 8 cards. We have, so the cards are basically, they're blue cards, red cards, green cards, and they, of course, they are different effects. So the blue cards are action cards, pretty much. How many mega credits it costs. So these are restructured resources. Nice art on the cards. Gives you a little iconography of what the card does, and it tells you what phase you can use them in. So you can use them in 1 or 2. So basically that card can be used to development or construction. So it kind of tells you when that activates. And the effect, when you play a card, you may spend 1 plant to reduce the card's cost by 5 MC. So you can do that in either phase 1 or phase 2 if we make this card. And we'll be building a tableau of all the cards we play on the little left side of the board here. Volcanic Pool, 17. Oh, and there are icons on the side here as well, because some of them trigger if you have so many space icons, it reduces costs, etc., etc. And this is victory points, which in the solo game we don't really care. We just want to get all the parameters to the max. And so this one, action, spend 12 MC to flip an ocean tile. Reduce this by 1 per tag you have of energy tag. So there you go. And of course the iconography, same thing. We have a think tank, 13. 1 victory point for 3 blue cards. Action, spend 2 mega credits to draw cards. So again, these are all the other action cards. Then we get into the one-shot cards, investment. Costing 1, but what is all of this? requires you to spend a Terraform rating. So you got to blow one of your Terraform ratings to play this card, but you gain 10 mega credits. So there you go. It's a one-shot thing if you want to do that. And yeah, that's pretty brutal because that takes away your Terraform rating, which gives you mega credits every time we do the production phase. All right, up we have Subterranean Reservoir, tossing 10. It's just flip an ocean tile. So that might not be a bad one. We just get to flip one ocean tile. It costs us 10. All right, on to our green cards, the final ones. The EOS Chasma National Park. Requires red temperature or warmer. Well, we're not in red temperature or warmer yet. We're down in the purple, so can't even play this. Add an animal to another card and gain 3 plants as an action. And during the production phase, this produces 2 mega credits. So basically, during production, we're going to add 2 mega credits. So whenever you see these hashed lines, crossed lines, this is what you actually add. Of course, this is telling you again in phase 4, you can do this. It's also phase 4. I think we're going to be looking at this one quickly. Requires purple temperature, which we're in during this production phase. This produces 1 plant. So we can get that going. And we also have rad suits for 4, but this requires 2 ocean tiles to already be flipped. Of course, we start the game with none. During production phase, this produces 2 mega credits. So those are the cards we have to look at. And you can discard any one card for 3 mega credits when you're doing your turn. I think at any time. I don't think that has to be during a certain phase. It's just any card you discard gives you 3 mega credits. So if there's some cards in here that are totally useless to us, we might just want to dump them off and get 3 mega credits. Alright, I think I covered everything, and I think there's like 500 cards or something in this game. It's absolutely huge. So kind of like Roll for the Galaxy, so you have your 5 different phases over here. When you're going to do a phase, you just flip it over, so we know that phase is active. The other ones are not. So, a la the solo game, we randomly select one of these, but we have to select which card we're doing first before we know what the random selection is. So it could be the same, it could be different, or just anything goes. So I can do a little bit of thinking here because we have to figure out which of the 5 phases we want to do for our first turn. We'll come back and choose one. Alright, so I did some head scratching. I think we are going to go ahead and play Development. So from our hand of 5 cards. So we're going to be doing this one, which is each player will play a green project card, and we can pay 3 less mega credits for the card you play. So that's what we're doing. We're doing the Development. Now, we don't know what the random. Let's give this a shuffle. And the dummy player for the very, very first turn is going to just go ahead and they are going to play Construction. Okay, so what does the Construction card say? Each player may play 1 blue card or 1 red card. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, the bonus, the dummy player doesn't do the bonus, obviously, and neither do we because we're not playing this card. If we both played the same card, then yeah, we would get, if like we played 2 development cards at the same time, we would get the bonus, but you wouldn't get it twice. Alright, so let's say each player, alright, so basically what it means is this turn, as I knock little tokens around, we can play basically a green card, pay 3 less for it, mega credits, and then we can also play a blue or a red card. Alright, so we're not going to be looking, well, we can look at all of our cards to play. So the one that we are going to play for the green card is we're going to play the Archaeobacteria. Anyway, requires a purple temperature. Our temperature right now is in the purple, -30. So we can play this card. Costs us 3 less, so it only costs us 2 mega credits. We take 2 out of our pool. Boom, paid for and done. And this will trigger. I think I said that wrong. This triggers in 5. Requires purple temperature. During this phase, it produces 1 plant. So basically, we're going to get 1 plant production. So we're going to take the little plant production scale here and move it to 1. Now, we don't get the plants or anything right now because, of course, we have to be in the production phase to get it. But we will get 1 when the production phase triggers. All right, so boom, we do now have that Archaeobacteria, and we also have that one little tag on there. Now we can play a red and we can play a blue card. I'm going to have to once again go through these cards, turn the camera off, and decide if we want to play one of those right now. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Subterranean Reservoir. It's just a one-shot card. It's going to cost us 10 mega credits, but we do get to flip an ocean tile right now. So this is kind of like an event card. Boom! We're going to spend 10 mega credits. That's what these big orange cubes are. And we get to flip an ocean tile. We can flip any of them. Remember, we got to flip all 9 of them at the end of the turn. Oh, and what I forgot is after the dummy player here plays all of their cards, they're just going to discard this one, discard, discard. So they'll go through all 5 of the phases. Then if we play beginner mode, which I think we're going to do, then every one of the tracks goes up 2. So the oxygen track will go up 2, and the heat track will go up 2. Every time they have to reshuffle, and that's going to happen basically 4 times, or 5 times, because we're going to have 5 hands of cards. So that's going to give us a little bit of a boost in the game, so we don't have to do it ourselves. If we want to play on super hard difficulty, then we don't get that bonus at all. But we're going to go ahead and play beginner, because this is the first time I'm playing it, and we're going to see how it goes. Alright, so we played our one-shot card. We have to flip an ocean tile, so we just grab any one of them, it doesn't matter, and you just get whatever's on the back of the ocean tile card. And for this one, we get 4 mega credits. Boom, done. Simple as that. So we're just going to grab 4 mega credits. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's what we get for flipping the ocean tile. Alright, so we're going to discard the card for the dummy player, and then we can't play this one again, so our next choice for next turn is one of the remaining 4, and then on the 3rd turn we're going to be picking this one up again, and then whichever one we play here. So you basically just can't play the same card 2 times in a row. And I think we've gone on long enough for today, so that kind of shows you how it works, the setup and everything. So we're sitting here with 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We have 20 mega credits sitting here. We haven't moved any parameters. Of course, just the first turn. Oh, and I should have flipped over the tiles. So what you're supposed to do is flip them over, and you do them in order. So 1 and 2 would have been flipped over. Then we would have done phase 1, and then we would move on to phase 2. So that's what these tokens are for. It's a little easier to just leave the cards out here, I think, so I may not be flipping these over, but that's what these are for, so you know. Alright, so thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. This is Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition solo with the Helion Corp, and we're playing baby beginner mode because, like I said, this is the first time I'm playing it here on my channel, and I don't know all the cards by any stretch, so I don't really know what's coming up. And so we're going to see what happens. So we have basically 25 turns to do this. Probably going to do, I don't know, 3 or 4 turns an episode. They will go a little bit quicker than this did today. I had to kind of explain the game a little bit. So this is Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition solo. I'll see you tomorrow for the continuation. Alright, just a couple little things here at the end of the episode. I've taken the tokens off of here. I don't think I'm going to be using them. I forgot, I'm going to discard 3 cards, and we're going to get 9 mega credits for them because you get 3 for each card. So I'm going to get rid of the National Park one, the investment loan, the think tank. Boom! Discarded. And out of here. That gives us 9 more mega credits, so we'll take a 10, and we'll get rid of a 1. And yeah, so there we have it. So that's kind of what we're doing. Oh, and I also forgot, we get a terraform rating. Every time you flip an ocean tile, you get 1 terraform rating, so we're going from 5 to 6. So every time we increase the temperature by 1, we get a terraform rating. Increase oxygen by 1 tick. Terraform rating, flip an ocean tile, terraform rating. And I will flash up this card if you want to pause and read it, because it's the player aid, and it basically tells you how a game round works. So if you pause and read, I'm not going to go through all of that. And on the back it gives you all phases, and I did forget to mention, you have a hand limit of 10 cards. As well, so we're way down below 10 cards. So there you go. That's actually the player aids come in the game. Very useful. So we're down to 3 cards. So maybe our next turn, the start of our next episode, we might want to do research, grab some more cards. Once again, thanks so much for watching. I just wanted to clear up a couple little things there at the end, and we'll see you tomorrow for a continuation Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition solo, and we're playing with Helion, I guess it is, Corporation.